last time on Dragon Ball Z.
We looked at the worst uniforms for every NFC team since 2020. Now it's the AFC's turn. If you haven't seen part 1, I suggest you do. To qualify for this list, the uniform in question has to have been worn at least once since 2020. Can't wait to see the comments section on this one. Pittsburgh Steelers, new 1933 throwback. In 1994, the Steelers came out with a terrible throwback to their original look when they debuted in 1933 as the Pittsburgh Pirates. 31 years later, the team took a second crack at their original look, and it's no better this time around. The 94 version featured this symbol from the Pittsburgh flag on the front and added the front number on the right hand side, as the originals didn't feature front numbers. On the new one, they switched the positions of the front number and crest, so at least it now looks more like a normal jersey. And hey, they brought back the yellow helmet, so that's nice. But football fans typically aren't into stripes, and it doesn't help that the Steelers have a bad recent history with striped jerseys to begin with. Tan pants with a golden yellow jersey looks goofy as hell, and looking back, the 94 version having the black helmet helped to balance the yellow and tan, while this is unbalanced. And while the front number gained a black outline, the back is still in plain black. Yeah, it's accurate, but surely adding a white outline could have made this look more acceptable, and there will be some people in the comments who will excuse something like this because it's accurate to the original. Here's the truth about it. Sometimes the original source material isn't worth revisiting, and with this seam going across the chest of the Vapor Fuse template, I figured Nike did that so Pittsburgh could remake the 1966 to 1968 jerseys, which would have been better to throw back to in comparison to this, but I guess not. Baltimore Ravens, purple home with purple pants. If you can believe it, 2018 was the first year of Baltimore having regular purple pants in their lineup. Honestly feels like they've had them for longer than that. And before you ask, the ones used for the color rush are different. Now, since the Ravens love doing every possible pant combination on the planet, we got this. At least with the color rush, the gold numbers and pant stripes are eye-catching as they help to break up all the purple. The standard home with matching pants, it's like with the Bears, this looks so wrong.
Okay, boomer!
This jersey was never meant to be paired with matching pants, and it's redundant to do this when you've already got the superior color rush. All I can hope for with their refreshed lineup this season is that they don't pair the home with purple pants anymore, but they'll probably still do that anyways. Cincinnati Bengals, orange alternate with orange pants. For their entire history, the Bengals only ever had white or black pants, until 2024 when they took a cue from their in-state rival, far from the first time in Bengals history. Enter the orange pants, and the first jersey they paired these with was their orange alternate, where they'd lose to what ended up being a terrible Patriots team and ended up costing them a playoff berth that year. Now for the record, I like the orange pants when they're paired with the black home and the white road. I especially love the latter. But orange on orange, no.
Stop it. Get some help.
I like orange and will always acknowledge that it's a divisive color, so I don't know what they were thinking when they decided to do orange from top to bottom. Legit thought they looked like carrots in the initial pictures. But with that loss and its later implications, I'd be shocked if they ever brought this combo out again. Cleveland Browns, white road with white helmet. Cleveland did a fantastic job distancing themselves from their first Nike redesign once they saw sense in 2020, but man did they gift an easy one last season. We've got the standard white road with orange pants, pretty typical for them, and for some bizarre reason, the alternate white helmet. I've stated before how strange it is for Cleveland to alternate between alternates, cause some years it's the color rush, other years it's their 1946 throwback. They do know 2 alternates are allowed, right? Well, here's a year where the alternate white helmet as well as the new alternate brown helmet meant for the color rush coexist at the same time. I guess I'll just never understand Cleveland's thinking process. With a white helmet on the white road, why not pair this with the white pants? Whiteout looks are all the rage these days. Although, preferably, just keep this helmet with the throwback that it was meant for. This was worn at Las Vegas, and they even wore their throwback against the Raiders the year before, so maybe they didn't want to repeat. However, why not just plan better? Or just tough it out, this is football after all. I mean, I had to watch 3 straight years of the Bears going to Washington, and the commies wore black all 3 times. I doubt we'll ever see this combo again, and no doubt we'll probably forget about in 5 to 10 years, give or take. New England Patriots, blue home with blue pants. This uniform started life as the Pats color rush in 2016, but the minute Brady signed with Tampa in 2020, this uni got a promotion and a matching white road. Even to this day, after a playoff run and Super Bowl appearance, this lineup hasn't been received the best, especially the blueberry look they've had. I understand why they retired the Brady-era jerseys for the sake of not tainting them with a rebuilding squad. And this jersey does look at least somewhat acceptable when they introduced the gray pants to go with this, but they still trot out the all blue from time to time, and frankly they should save the blue pants for the road. Or better yet, let's start from scratch on a redesign. New England was just never meant for these monocolored looks, and while it is kinda neat to see the Patriots merge two different eras into one with this jersey, it's just boring at the end of the day. New York Jets, 2019 to 2023 green home. The Jets tried to modernize the old green helmet look just in time for the NFL's 100th season, and it was quickly replaced 5 years later. Woof. The white road in this set was okay, and frankly the black was the best, so that leaves us with the green home. The giant New York word mark as well as these wraparound lines on the front severely date this look, and it hasn't even been a decade yet. I guess the lines are meant to emphasize speed like an actual jet. Too bad it wasn't reflected in the helmet logo when they already have the inspiration in their arsenal. And it didn't matter whether it was paired with white or matching green pants before someone asks in the comments. It's not the worst the team has ever worn even in my lifetime, but I had to pick something. Buffalo Bills, red alternate with white pants. I know the Bills have lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs multiple times, but did they really feel the need to look like them once in a blue moon? Buffalo's red color rush came into the world in 2016 and it was pretty cool, but then they decided to pair it with their white pants in 2024 and the red pants have been MIA since then. If they wanted to pair this with an alternate red helmet, they'd look even more like Kansas City. Some color rush jerseys like New England look good or even better paired with different colored pants. This is the one time where the color rush looks its best with the same colored pants. It's the opposite problem. Maybe they should wear their road with the red pants to resemble the Chiefs even more while they're at it. They might actually make the Super Bowl doing that. Miami Dolphins, aqua home with aqua pants. Too bad the Dolphins dropped their color rush after one appearance in 2016 because that's perfect for this list. So let's go with the next best combo that they've worn in this decade. Thankfully, they haven't worn this combo since 2022, but with a new coaching staff and new era coming this season, I wouldn't be shocked if it came back. My dislike of this combo probably stems from the fact that the Dolphins always ever paired the home with white pants, and the only time matching pants were worn was white on white to beat that blazing sun in Miami. On top of that, it also doesn't help that people constantly want the Dolphins to do a redesign, and as the years have gone on, I've leaned more towards that crowd. Indianapolis Colts, color rush. The Indiana Knights is a close second ever since Indy added black to their color scheme in 2020, which opened the door to this. However, the color rush wins out because it was always lazy. Now, I get it. The Colts before 2020 were strictly a blue and white team, so they could only do so much. And hey, this is where we'd see their current number font, which became used on the main home and road starting in 2020. But at the end of the day, all you did was add blue pants. Ironically, Indy had blue pants in 1995 and they wore them in the first 3 games of that season with the white jersey before they were sent to the Shadow Realm. As for this, why not change up some details such as giving them the throwback sleeve stripes? Do something else with the numbers like adding layers. Just something. Yeah, they changed the number font, but was it really that easy to notice? Honestly, no. You can tell how limited Nike was when designing this, and frankly, I'm surprised the Colts were still dragging it out after wearing color rush was no longer required, at least up until this got replaced in 2023 with the aforementioned Indiana Knights jersey. Tennessee Titans, baby blue home with baby blue pants. The navy blue helmet era is no more in Nashville. Now they look like the Oilers again. But when the navy helmet redesign debuted in 2018, I was never too crazy about it, and while it looked acceptable with the navy and white jerseys, it was always a mismatch with the baby blue jersey, especially when paired with matching pants. However, However, what makes the all baby blue worse is that this is begging for a white helmet since white is a true neutral, and considering how this combo was only worn twice, I get the feeling that the team wasn't too enthused on this combo either. It was last worn in 2020, so Tennessee knew just how bad it was. Thank God they spared Cam Ward from ever wearing it. Jacksonville Jaguars, black alternate with white helmet. Jags are in need of a redesign, especially after last season where we got to see the team wear their throwbacks 4 times, which have a fantastic balance of their teal, black, and gold color scheme, whereas the current duds lack this. But the worst of these? How about in 2024 where they brought in a white helmet to go with their black alternate? Of course, 2022 was when teams could use alternate helmets again for the first time since 2012, and the Jags came out with an alternate white helmet which got paired with their black jersey.
Why? We don't have time for questions. We need marijuana now, as much of it as possible.
Why not pair this with white on white, or better yet, why not a teal helmet? It feels like they scrambled to come up with something and came up with this at the last second. Is it bad that they kind of look like UCF? This is also coincidentally the last time we've seen the black jersey as well, but if it ever returns, just stick with the standard black helmet. Houston Texans, red alternate with red pants. So many people get on to me for not being into this combo. I don't care if it sounds like a boomer take because this whole uniform is overrated. I'm mixed on this whole redesign, and like the Cardinals' current duds, I would have rather Nike made a hybrid of the home and road since there's no reason to make them look different. This jersey is a straight recolor of the white road, and like that uni, I love the wraparound horn sleeves. Heck, I even like the horns on the helmet. But the overall look, can we get some more white on this? Color balance has been completely thrown out the window, and staring at this genuinely causes headaches. If we had some white on the helmet and the shoulder horns, this would be better in addition to some numbers on top of these blank shoulders. Guess they're making space for Whataburger ads. Or, and this might be an even better idea, maybe use that H-Town blue to fill in the spaces I mentioned. Just anything for some color breakup. It's begging for it. Kansas City Chiefs, Color Rush. This combo predates Color Rush as it debuted in the 2013 season, and we haven't seen Kansas City wear this since 2023, and honestly for good reason. The Chiefs' red jersey as it stands is one of the best. Yes, it was a fantastic jersey even before Mahomes arrived, but with matching pants? Gross. Now granted, the Chiefs don't do alternates outside of 2009 with those Dallas Texans throwbacks, but even if they had, say, a black alternate, this rubs me the wrong way like the Bears in all blue. Boomer. This was never meant to be worn with matching pants, and considering the team will be going 3 years without wearing this combo going into this season, it seems like KC doesn't see the point in wearing Color Rush anymore. But just watch, Andy Reid will probably find this video and have the Chiefs wear all red this season to prove me wrong. Las Vegas Raiders, road throwback. Like the Cowboys and Niners, the Raiders have one of the best looks in the league, and I had to pick something. When the Raiders did their Color Rush in 2016, they went for all white and had the numbers in silver with black outlining, just like their road jerseys from 1963 to 1964 as well as 1970. But then once Color Rush was no longer required to wear on Thursday Night Football, they ditched the matching white pants and have exclusively paired it with the standard silver pants since. The team had these as throwbacks in 1994 and 2009 to coincide with the NFL's 75th anniversary and the 50th anniversary of the AFL, but no matter what version it is, silver on white will never be my favorite color combo. Now yeah, it does look cool on TV in close-ups, but from a distance, yeah, it's no wonder the team switched to black numbers on their main road. But like I said, there are so few Raiders jerseys period, and the ones they've been wearing are top sellers for a reason. Denver Broncos, white road with orange pants. Whenever I crap on the Broncos' current look, people race to the comments bringing up what team I like as if that's a counterpoint, and or they must love Nike slop cause that's what the Broncos wear, apart from their throwback, which is the only good jersey in their lineup. I can choose anything they've worn. It's all that bad. All blue with white helmet? Oh, that's putrid. And so is going all orange. But I opted for the road white with orange pants as the worst thing the Broncos have worn since their redesign a couple years back. The jersey design itself in orange, white, and blue is crap. I hate the number font, and while I like the sleeve stripes resembling mountains, the blank shoulders are awful and should never have become a thing. Maybe they're saving that space for Coors Light ads. Now, there's a chance someone will bring up that Denver had orange pants for their road white from 1969 to 1971. But looking at that combo, it's no wonder why they opted for white on white for over 40 years, even after the 1997 redesign, apart from one game in 2022. And yes, I love orange, as did many people who saw part 1, but orange is a loud color that needs to be balanced, and it simply isn't here. When the Browns and Bengals wear orange pants, it's balanced out by their orange helmets, whereas the Broncos helmet only has orange on the horse's mane and this sad excuse of a helmet stripe. The whole package looks mismatched, as if it was the result of a slot machine. And for the record, yeah, the white on white and white on blue do look better, although the overall design is still crap. Los Angeles Chargers, Sunshine Gold Color Rush. This one saddens me because the Chargers 2020 redesign was the definition of perfect. Not only was powder blue back to being the main, but the whole design was a beautiful modernization of their classic white helmet look, and their color rushes were gorgeous homages of the Air Coryell Chargers and the Junior Seau Chargers. But last year, they decided to tweak some things, including but not limited to replacing the royal blue color rush with an all golden yellow look, or sunshine gold as they call it. My guess is that the royal blue jersey wasn't selling as well as the others at retail, so the Chargers decided to mix it up, and hey, they already had yellow pants, so why not? When I look at this, all I see is Big Bird, and seeing the Chargers in anything but blue feels wrong. But, and I don't care if this sounds silly, just hear me out. The field was done up with their old school word mark, and the team claims this is all meant to homage the Air Coryell era, but what does wearing all yellow have to do with Dan Fouts' time with the team? Nothing! At least not compared to when they wore royal blue. Since they used this field design from the 60s to the 80s, I propose a throwback. Chargers haven't had one since the Reebok days, and they're overdue for one. I personally don't see this yellow disaster lasting long in their lineup, truth be told. Okay, so I am actually finishing up editing this, and on the Chargers official website, they showed them wearing this uniform against the Colts, but with white pants. I assume these are Photoshopped because there's no way they were from the game, but I think it goes to show that they knew that yellow on yellow was a terrible idea. Yellow on white looks marginally okay, but even still, I don't think they need a yellow jersey. So that'll do it for the AFC teams and the NFL as a whole. It was nice going back to videos like this, and I have other NFL videos planned leading up to opening day. No, I'm not doing a video on every team for each day of the month again. In the meantime, I will be getting a new laptop so my wife can finally have hers back, and things will be returning back to normal as intended. So if you liked the video, please be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and follow me on X and TikTok. Catch you next time.